Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Switzerland on Tuesday to attend the World Economic Forum in Davos. According to Associated Press, Zelensky is scheduled to speak at the gathering later on Tuesday. He is also expected to hold bilateral talks with world leaders and business sphere representatives, his press service said. President-elect Donald Trump and President Joe Biden arrived at the U.S. Capitol together ahead of Trump's inaugural swearing-in ceremony. Both men shared the same vehicle from the White House to the Capitol, along with Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, chair of the bipartisan Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies. According to Associated Press, Biden and Trump have been the bitterest of rivals for years. But the outgoing and incoming president taking the same vehicle to the inauguration ceremony keeps with political traditions. Donald Trump, who overcame impeachments, criminal indictments, and a pair of assassination attempts to win another term in the White House, will be sworn in Monday as the 47th U.S. president, taking charge as Republicans claim unified control of Washington and set out to reshape the country's institutions. Trump's swearing-in ceremony, moved indoors due to intense cold, will begin at noon Eastern Time. But festivities will start earlier when the incoming president arrives for service at St. John's Episcopal Church.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Good
Mr.
morning. Thank you.
President Trump, how do you feel? President Biden?
Well,
Good morning, Mr. Vice President. How do you feel? Any comments, sir? Nope.
Iran's foreign ministry spokesman says his country will not negotiate over its military capabilities. The Islamic Republic of Iran has never negotiated and will never do so over its military and defensive capabilities with anyone, Esmail Baghaei said at a briefing on Monday. According to Associated Press, the United States and allies are concerned about Iran's ballistic missile program and have called on Tehran to undertake no activity involving ballistic missiles capable of delivering nuclear weapons. Iran's nuclear program now enriches uranium at 60%, a short, technical step from weapons-grade levels of 90%. While Iran maintains its program is peaceful, officials in the Islamic Republic increasingly threaten to potentially seek the bomb and an intercontinental ballistic missile that would allow Tehran to use the weapon against distant foes like the United States. Baghai also repeated threats by Iran to exit treaties, without explicitly mentioning the Non-Proliferation Treaty, if the West activates the so-called snapback of the UN sanctions on Iran, which could be catastrophic for the Iranian economy. That snapback power expires in October. Misusing this mechanism will mean that there is no reason or justification for Iran to remain in some relevant treaties, Baghai said. The comments were made on the same day that Donald Trump is to be inaugurated as the new U.S. president. Baghai said Iran hoped the new U.S. administration adopts realistic policies and respects Iran. "We hope that, 4 years later, we will not have the same opinion as what we have now about the past 4 years, and the U.S. administration's approaches and policies are realistic and based on international law and respect for interests and demands of the regional countries, including the Iranian nation."
جمهوری اسلامی ایران هیچ وقت در مورد توانمندی‌های دفاعی و نظامی خودش به هیچ عنوان با هیچ طرفی مذاکره نکرده و نخواهد کرد. سوء استفاده از این سازوکار به این معنا خواهد بود که اساساً دیگه توجیه و دلیلی برای ماندن ایران در برخی موافقتنامه‌های مربوطه وجود نداره. ما مواضع خودمون رو در رابطه با توقف نسل‌کشی در واقع در نظر ما آتش بس به این معناست که در طرح امهای فلسطین توقف ایجاد شد. ما امیدواریم که 4 سال بعد قضاوتی که الان در مورد 4 سال گذشته وجود داره در مورد 4 سال آینده واقعا وجود نداشته باشه و رویکردها و سیاست‌های دولت آمریکا واقع گرایانه و مبتنی بر حقوق بین‌الملل و احترام به منافع و خواسته‌های ملت‌های منطقه از جمله ملت ایران باشه. این فکر می‌کنم موضوع روشنی است که ما در فرصت‌های مختلف بیان کردیم و این یک موضوع ثابت است.